Greetings everyone. So last year I made some videos and telling you why you should wait on the Wi-Fi 6 AX router. Of course, it's been a year at least, and now it's time to do that upgrade, at least for me, because my router died on me. It's not fully dead, but it's acting funny. I mean, sometimes it will just cut me off the internet. Some things work and some things don't work. So I'm thinking I got my money's worth out of it, and now it's time to get rid of it. Now, when you switch routers, it can be a big nightmare because it depends on how much devices you get in your home. You have to go around and update these devices. Now, most of my stuff is connected to the Ethernet port. Now, my two computers goes directly into the Orbi's Ethernet port. That third port runs straight to some network switches that supply all the other units that runs off Ethernet. Anything that I cannot hardwire, of course, you know that's Wi-Fi. But my Fire Stick, my TV, and everything else that I can hook up to the Ethernet port, I directly connect them to alleviate the strain on the Wi-Fi. Now, I'm a big fan of the Orbi Wi-Fi mesh system because they have those Ethernet port. They have an abundance. A lot of the other mesh system does have probably an extra Ethernet port, but not as many as the Orbi system. Now, the current one that I have still hooked up because, I got this new one here that's still in the box. It gives me a Wi-Fi speed of about 3 gigabits, while this one is a boost from the 3 gigabits to 4.2 gigabits per second. So my Wi-Fi units, they're probably going to get a little speed boost, but if they're not really AX, they're not going to really see the boost that great. But at least they'll still get some boost. Now, my couple of devices that I have that has that Wi-Fi 6 capability will take advantage of this unit. But this is mainly, like I said, to replace the one that's acting funny right now. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that, but right now I just need to do some upgrade because I'm tired of getting the no connection screen like you're looking at right now. But like I said, for some strange reason, when I reboot the router, everything start working. Now, it might work for 10 minutes, it might work for an hour, it might work for half a day, but I'm tired of playing the random game and I'm not sure what's going on with it. So I'm just gonna like I said, upgrade. Now, this router comes with a tri-band system. So whenever you're shopping for any kind of mesh system, look for one that's tri-band, or even a router by itself, a single separate router. Try to look for the tri-band because the tri-band has one 2.4 gigahertz and it comes with two 5 gigahertz. So that takes a little load off your Wi-Fi because you're not having one 5 gigahertz, you actually have two, so it can separate those devices easier to make it less stress on your Wi-Fi system. Okay, so let's talk about what came in the box. So we have the main unit. So this is the one that's going to connect to the modem via the yellow port. And then we have 3 extra Ethernet port that I can connect different devices to. So one's going to the Mac computer and one's going to go to the Windows computer. And then this one is going to feed to the network switches that's going to feed other devices. And then we have the satellite unit. Now the satellite unit only has 2 Ethernet ports. The previous version that I have has 4 Ethernet ports on the satellite unit. So Netgear has reduced the ports on the satellite unit to only 2. Now I can still work with it because I have a network switch that I use to connect to the satellite unit also. But it's kind of messed up that they reduced the ports because more ports make it easier for you to spread things around. And then we have the power supply that goes to each one of the units. And finally, we got some Ethernet cable that came in the box. Now, these are the flat cables. I'm not a fan of flat cables, so I won't be using these. So these will go back in the box and just stay in storage for now. So that's about it. That's what came in the box. Like I said, this is a replacement to my current unit that's giving me all these error messages that I'm having on my computer screen, and then I have to keep on rebooting it. So enough of that. Now it's time to do that upgrade. I was holding out from upgrading to this Wi-Fi 6 because I didn't have the equipment, the devices I should say, that would take advantage of it. And to be honest, everything was working fine until I started having this issue. Because Wi-Fi speed wasn't an issue because I have most of my stuff hardwired into the router itself. If you need to upgrade because your current system is not acting right or you have a very old system, it's time. now is the time to jump on the Wi-Fi 6 bandwagon. Hopefully, new device is going to come out and really take advantage of it. All right, so I'm not even going to go to all the setup procedures because normally when you set these router up, you have to go to the app and it's a long process. And if you've set up a router before, you already know the procedure. You got to download the app, go through the steps, connect all your devices back to this new router, which is going to take me a couple hours, but that's fine because I do have a lot of Wi-Fi connected devices. Now, one thing I want to recommend, since you are upgrading your Wi-Fi router and all that, now is the time to probably go ahead and change your password. You can use the same name and password if you want to, and 9 times out of 10, your devices might pick it up, but I wouldn't recommend that. I would just go ahead and just set up a new call sign, your ID, your Wi-Fi ID, go ahead and set up a new one, change the name on it, and then just change the password. Just start off fresh because you never know if your neighbor or whoever figure out your password and tapping into your Wi-Fi. So now it's that time to just go ahead and do that change. So that way you have a new device, new Wi-Fi name, and new password. It's going to take a little work to reconnect your devices depending on how many you have, but it's worth it because you're starting off on a clean slate. All right, so that's going to be it for this video. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave in the comment section and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Have a good one and I'll see you next time.